have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Your new empire?
Don't make me kill you.
Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy!
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try.
2 months ago, I created an empire that encompassed the entire world. But this was not an empire created peacefully. It was forged in fire and blood. The glue that held my massive realm together was pure military force, with some of the most powerful and numerous stacks of men-at-arms I have ever created. Armies that could wipe out forces with 10 times more men, to the last man. In striving to create a peaceful world free of war and conflict, I had become the very thing I sought to destroy. Today, I return to this dystopian universe I created, and I vow to set the world back on its rightful path. I won't pretend like this is going to be easy. I created this empire using every overpowered and cheesy strategy I knew to make sure it was as strong as possible. And at this point in the game, by unlocking Primogenitor, my succession was secured indefinitely. And on top of all that, in just 100 years, we will hit the end date of CK3. But all hope is not lost. In the time since I made my World Conquest video, the Tours and Tournaments update brought new mechanics to CK3. New mechanics which I know how to abuse and the computer does not. So maybe, just maybe, we stand a chance against the power of the world. So let's get into my World Conquest save file and see if we can topple the greatest empire I have ever created in Crusader Kings 3. Alright guys, so we are back in our world empire. I'm kind of conflicted returning to the save file. On one hand, I'm sad that we're going to be destroying this insanely powerful empire I had built, which took over 450 years of gameplay and many hours of my life. But on the other hand, if we are capable of taking down such a big empire, it might just be the most impressive feat I have accomplished in Crusader Kings 3. So before I show you guys who I'm going to be playing as to accomplish this, let's just take one more look at our military here, and you can see we have some of the strongest units in the entire game, all fully maxed out. So in order to take down my empire, you might think that I would choose to play as some of the stronger vassals I have, like maybe one of my vassals in India who has 3,400 strength, but instead of doing that, I will be playing as the lowly Duke of East Anglia.
Hello there.
So there's a few reasons I thought East Anglia will be the perfect person to play as. He is a member of the Anglo-Greek culture. They have this longbow unit, which if you watch the video I made maybe a month ago now, you know just how powerful these longbowmen are, mainly because they get boosted after each era you go into, and since we're already in the late medieval era, they are doing a whopping base strength of 48, and they only cost 56 gold to recruit. So that's going to help us keep our maintenance fees down while also getting a really strong unit. So as our goal is to destroy this empire, I think the best way of doing that would be to create a dissolution faction, which means that the whole empire title will get destroyed and all of the realms inside my empire will get independence, meaning the world will go back to what it used to be. But before we can do that, because if you look at the factions right now, you can see against my liege, we can't create dissolution factions because we are the liege of this guy in Constantinople. So first of all, what I plan on doing is trying to wrestle away this kingdom from our liege, and then from that position we can run a dissolution war against our giant empire, which has over 400,000 troops. Again, looking at our culture, these longbowmen are good because they're strong, but if you look over here, they actually counter heavy cavalry, And since we created the whole kingdom empire, we know exactly what units they're built of. And we know they have heavy cavalry, heavy infantry, and horse archers. We're going to want to create our men-at-arms contingents to exactly counter their military. And we can do that by using these longbowmen to counter the heavy cavalry. And then what we can also do is go ahead and create more of these beautiful crossbowmen, because you can see they actually counter heavy infantry, heavy cavalry, and archer cavalry, the 3 units we have in the major empire. So some other good things about this guy's culture: he's in late medieval and we have unlocked every technology. That means that we can pretty much upgrade all our buildings to tier 8, which is really helpful. We can have maxed out men at arms. We have some other bonuses down here that are going to be good. In conjunction with all the archers we want to use, we actually have the formation fighting experts cultural tradition, which boosts our archer damage and archer toughness, as well as our spearman damage and toughness, because again, these pikemen are going to counter the heavy cavalry of my empire, so that when we get in a battle, even if we have way less men, hopefully they'll all have insane strength from their stationing, and they'll all counter the enemy units to reduce their damage. And then finally, they actually have this wetlanders tradition, which you can see reduce the building costs in wetlands, as well as gives you access to these really powerful wetland farms buildings, which you can see I have some tier 8 ones in the capital already, which are giving me huge building construction cost discounts. Like, let's say if we were to go over here to a temple, we can revoke this temple away from this person because it's a secondary barony, so they cannot complain about that. And you can see we would be making already an 84% discount in this region because of all the large wetland ranches I have, as well as pretty much the whole world is part of this warmonger religion, which I created for this video. This religion, you guessed it, has aniconism and lay clergy, so we can just really stack our bonuses in these temples and boost our men-at-arms damage that way. So I was looking at the taxes we pay our liege, and we are currently giving him 17 gold per month. That's a pretty high amount. We're gonna go to our liege and try to negotiate a better contract for us. First of all, we can switch off of low levies to normal levies, and then from extraordinary taxes to high taxes, which is going to save us about 7 gold per month, which is huge because we're only making 7 gold per month right now. And if we take a look at our liege, you can see they have 400,000 levies. So my 7,000 levies are not going to make a difference. So any chance I get to negotiate my contract, I'm going to add more levies and try to take away tax, because we need money right now to be able to upgrade as many buildings as possible, to try to get to tier 8 military buildings in all these regions as fast as possible, so my units can hit their max strength, because there's no way we're going to have as big a military as our big empire. We just have to go for the smallest, most compact military we can have that hopefully will be able to defeat an army 10 to 15 times its size. So I set up a marriage with one of my courtiers. I think he was actually my old spy master, to a woman who has 31 intrigue, and this is a great way you can get really strong spy masters. The good thing about the spy master position is, even if you have a male only culture and religion, spy masters can be female, so you can use your male courtiers to get female spy masters, and we put her on find secrets in the capital of our empire, because this way I can get hooks on all kinds of kings in this empire, and then if I just pick up the golden obligations perk, I can then blackmail those people and get tons more money, which we can just pump into our military, because that's really the goal for the early game here, guys. Also, our character doesn't have any kids right now, which is a blessing and a curse, because we get to find a new wife, which hopefully we can get some really nice inheritable traits from this wife. So I think we'll go with this lady. Actually, she's only intelligent, but she has way more stewardship, and stewardship's gonna be really important, because we do have 7 regiments of men-at-arms, which means we need to at least hold seven regions here in order to station all of these guys. And there we go, we just got married, so now we have 700 gold in the bank. Once some of these buildings start finishing, which they do take a little bit longer than I'd like right now, at least we're going down stewardship, so we can pick up things like professional workforce to reduce the construction time, and we can start tooling our buildings in order to match the men-at-arms we stationed there. Okay, this is perfect. I set one of my quarters up, one of my unmarried female quarters. Here she is. With this guy over here who actually has the hunter trait. I sorted by prowess also, so he has really good prowess, 20 prowess, the hunter trait, which actually allows us to go to our accolades and we can pick him up as a archer accolade, and this is going to be insanely powerful for us. I already told you how we plan on boosting our archers to insane amounts. If we get him to rank 3 with 600 glory, we're going to be boosting our maximum size of archer regiments by 6, as well as plus 40% more archer damage. So we're going to make him our accolade, and we're going to make sure he has a successor because we never want him to go away. And you can already see we can go up to rank, we can go up to 2,300 of each one of our archers here. Holy crap, I'm in a, this had started before.
I'm the winner!
Oh, nice, we won. This had started before I even was in the game, and look how big this thing is. We got a archery, melee, duel, horse race, wrestling. There's a ton of events going on. The main tough part of this game, and like kind of the reason I'm not murdering this guy, is just that like even on his death, the heir should inherit all of these titles because I unlocked primogenitor already. It's not like I can kill my liege and then the land will split to a bunch of his sons and he'll become weaker because he won't be holding all of these like extremely powerful regions which I built. Yeah, if we look at the economy map, you can see the exact regions which I was holding personally as this character. It's pretty funny. But we did win the horse race, so now we won the archery contest and the horse race. Hopefully we can get some good artifacts from this. Okay, so I think the competition is over and I should have won, yes, look at this, a beautiful prize longbow, giving me pretty crazy stats, and then also a ring, which gives me an extra knight. You know, we take those, and our character is looking pretty strong now. Hopefully he'll get home soon and safe, and then we can start trying to have some heirs. It looks like our liege has successfully fought off this tyranny war. I'm not surprised, like he is extremely beefy. He's actually went all the way up to 500,000 men now. We're up to 13,000 men, but like the grand hold doesn't really matter. What we really care about are these men-at-arms numbers, which we're trying to get as high as possible. So like I'm upgrading these buildings, you know, anytime we have gold, throw a little upgrade in here. Doing pretty well, like we're already up to tier 4 watch posts, militia camps here. What I'm really waiting for is going up my stewardship lifestyle experience. We are trying to pick up golden obligations for more money, but I might pick up this one first to use the claim throne scheme against my liege. If we could become a kingdom, which would happen if we were able to take down our liege here, who is pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie, like they got some good units as well. This is kind of like the first test for us will be if we could take down our king liege, and then the second test will be if we could take down the empire liege. And the reason we would want the kingdom is because once you're a king, you actually get access to royal architect court position, and they give you up to minus 30% building construction time, and that's really important in these regions. Like in the capital as an example, we're getting some pretty good discounts, but not quite 90. So every little bit will help. Like if we can get these all to like 2 months, we should be upgrading our buildings extremely quickly. Okay, so I'm picking up this stewardship perk there. So now if we go to our liege, we should have the option to claim their throne. Oh, we actually have a 90% chance that goes through. I think that's the highest it goes, so that's pretty solid. Right now we have a tax office duchy building, which is giving us a lot of money, but I'm actually going to replace this for the archery grounds building. What you can see this does is increase our station archer damage for everybody in this holding. So actually, I'm thinking if it might be a better idea to move some of my archers maybe out of one of these regions, like maybe this one here, in order to get him in this temple where we can then get the added boost of having the archery ground duchy building, which is going to be pretty important. We'll have to move him over here. I did waste some money because I built a tier 4 militia camps down here, and now I'm replacing it. But when the building costs like 15 gold to build, you know, it's not really the end of the world. And we can do the same thing here, switch the barracks for a militia camp, 16 gold only, you know. Mistakes were made, but they're not really that costly. Okay, here we go. Our claim throne scheme is ready. And we have got the throne. Well, at least a claim on the throne. So now what we can do is if we go to our liege, we should have a war available for us for my claim on the kingdom, and we could actually launch it right now. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer because you can see they're pretty strong. Maybe I'll actually run a murder on them first.
It's time to go!
When that's done, I think our army will be strong enough from all the boosts we're giving it that we'll be able to take them without any problems. Because we have to remember, like, we are strong because we're in the late medieval era, we have access to all these things. But like, look at these neighbors, they're pretty strong as well. A lot of places have tier 4 castles everywhere, so we do have to be a little bit weary. Okay, so I'm just picking up golden obligations, and we did find a lot of secrets, I think.
Oh, great heavens!
Oh yeah, look at all these secrets we found. This is what I was talking about, where we're gonna get hooks on like all these direct vassals of our empire by putting our spy master on find secrets in the capital. And now if we go here, we have 7 payments we can demand, so we're at 173 right now. Let's see how much we go up to by doing all of these. We have went all the way up to 1,000 gold right now. I'm gonna pump this into our men-at-arms instead of putting it into our buildings. One thing I probably will do though is upgrade our archery grounds, because I think they reduce the cost of our men-at-arms maintenance even more, so it's pretty useful to pick up. And then let's go to a full stack of 2,300 longbowmen here, and these are the nutty longbowmen, which are doing 136 damage already. So in my capital, we actually have a lot of room if we want to make more buildings that give us more archer damage, so I'm going to actually replace the walls and towers.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
It is a bit disappointing because like walls do look really awesome. You can see how Ipswich looks over there with its tier 6 walls and a tier 4 keep, but I think we just have to maximize our stationed crossbowman damage at this point. They're getting 190 right now because we did go to tier 2 for the the archery ground. And let's say if we switch this for a...
Cheers, Jeff.
Here's the murder scheme. Let's see if it goes through this time. And there you go. But now that we finished that murder scheme and we have a liege over here who is only 9 years old, I think we should probably just declare war for my claim on the kingdom. They're pretty weak. I'll call in maybe a couple of my dynasty members, but I don't even know if we need our allies really. Like, I think our army is just so beefy that we can probably take this guy. Like, they do have 1,900 of their own longbowmen and 2,100 of their own crossbowmen, as well as like a decent amount of cataphracts and stuff. If I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't think they know how to stack their stationing damage as much as we do. So I don't think they're really gonna stand a chance against my longbowmen doing 136 damage right now. And let's run down here. I think we can sail. Yeah, look how cool this is, guys. We can actually sail through these 2 rivers to get here faster. Okay, so we've arrived down here. You can see it's gonna take 5 months for us to break down this wall. It's like a decent amount of time. I'll probably try to increase our the amount of bombards we have to speed this up in the future. But you can see with our armies on land now, we are making 11 gold per month, mainly because our monthly expenses for our raised army is so low because of all those really crazy discounts we're getting. Why are they attacking up here? What are they doing? And they're all starving too. Okay, so I've took this whole county here. I guess I probably should just go for their capital. Like, they're really just wasting their units' lives over here, taking my counts. Taking some of my vassals' land. Like, that's the problem with the Crusader Kings AI. They're just so stupid. Like, I could go fight them and show you how powerful our army is, but I just think it's more valuable for us to take the capital here. And in the meantime, I do have gold, so I probably should just continue to upgrade all my buildings. And there you go. We actually got the capital. So I guess now we should probably go and try to attack these guys. Well, I guess we'll see where they go first.
I'm leaving. Assess the situation and
So they're invading my land, which, you know, it's okay.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
They didn't go for my capital, which is pretty stupid. Like, that would definitely give them the most war score. But the only thing we'll have to be careful is to jump off, not attacking them, so we don't get the recently disembarked penalty. So I'm kind of just waiting here. They're trying to take my castle, which means they're going to take attrition from that. the lower men they have, like the easier this battle will be for me to win. It should be pretty close, I would assume, because they do just have a lot of men, and it's like they have some superior dudes of their own. Like they do have a lot of men at arms also. So we'll just have to see what happens. Our longbowmen are doing crazy damage right now. You can see 185%, bringing them to 152 damage. Our crossbowmen also are doing 136. And let's just see how this plays out. They do have another 15k coming in. Oh man. Yeah, so we actually lost that battle, but you can see we did kill twice as many men as we lost, which is pretty decent. So hopefully next time we go into a battle with them, they'll be weak enough where we could take them. Okay, so they did take my capital, but at least they didn't capture me there, so that's pretty successful. I'm trying to think, like, is there any way I could become a commander here? Like if I put my wife on chivalry, maybe that gets me up to 13, and then I could go to yeah, I think actually I would probably be a better commander if I switch off of domain and I go to chivalry focus, giving me +5 more advantage. I can now make myself the commander, and I'm a 23 rank commander, which is pretty decent. If we just let these guys slowly take our land, try to build our strength up a little bit more, then I think we'll be able to beat them in a battle. Oh, actually, look at this. He's in debt now.
Now what?
So that should help us in this battle. I think I'll just go in here. We have the defensive buildings. Our allies are going to hop into... Like, we always destroy this first army. The problem's with when this big second one comes in, but this time we're going to get a nice victory. There you go. We kill 10k men. We only lose 2,000 this time, and we can work on getting our capital back. Okay, and I got into another battle with these guys, and we actually stack wiped all 15,000 of them, turning our war score positive. I think now what I'm going to do is split off a bunch of levies. Not knights. Run them home and disband them, and then I'll just take my 5,000 men-at-arm army and then run them down here and take the rest of this territory so we can get the war score ticking up positively, and then we should hit 100% pretty soon after that. Okay, so right here, he reconsolidated his force, my king, and he was able to get another 24,000 men, and we only have 12,000 here, right? Because we only brought our men-at-arms down here. You can see even with half as many men, even with their damage being increased by 56%, we're just absolutely shredding them now. And we stack wipe them as well. I think our longbowmen are finally cooking. Point. We got 160 damage on these ones over here. That is mental to me. I really should keep upgrading these guys. Like, we only have tier 3 militia camps. Remember, we can go all the way to tier 8 in all these buildings, so I have to not hold back and just keep upgrading as fast as I can, everywhere I can, whenever I can. And finally, we finished this war. Took a little bit longer than I would have wanted, but at least we now become a kingdom, which means we can pick up the rail architect, and we have an excellent one here, which is going to make my buildings cook even faster. And I do want to hold this tile personally, but we have a truce with him, which is actually very annoying because I do want the nice 27 tax that you could be getting from this area. Also, if we look at factions now against our liege, you can see we can create a dissolution faction, and now I'm the only person in it with 24,000 strength. As you can see, we just need to keep getting stronger, and then hopefully we'll be able to take our liege, who has brought his military strength up to 568,000 now. Oh, actually, it looks like this is perfect. There's gonna be a faction coming up with my vassals for this guy who we just warred for the title, and then once we lock them up, we can revoke the titles that way. You can see I'm also making 68 gold per month because our vassal tax went a lot higher when we became king of this region. I think I should also have another men-at-arms regiment, which I do. And I'm going to actually pick up the cataphracts here. They're not going to be as good as the Manaspa men that my liege has, but you can see if I put them over here in Lynn, they actually get boosted by the walls and tower building, as well as the stables building I have here, which I can continue to upgrade more. And they're already making 138 extra damage, which is pretty decent. So these guys can get pretty scary as well. Sucks that my son that I want to play as is not going to do well with a martial education. I really want to lead my own troops because, like, as you could as you saw during that war, if you just put your wife on chivalry and you get your character on chivalry focus, he can become an incredible commander, even if he has a really low base martial. Like our guy only has like 5. So they have 30,000 men, but I have 26 of my own now. Yeah, so they're gonna come attack me here, but my army gathered enough at least so that I could get my 5,000 longbowmen in here.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
As you can see, they are not gonna stand a chance. And we killed 10,000 of them. And now I can work my way into their territory and just start taking their land. Ooh, so this is close. I actually put my men on assault fort, which like loses a ton of your men. But what it did also do was make sure I capture this land. And it actually has amazing defensive buildings. So we got this one right here, Apple Orchards, which gives you plus 18 defender advantage. Hunting Reserve plus 14 defender advantage. Complex Earthworks plus 16 defender advantage. Even though I have like a pretty weak army here now, I think we'll be able to take them because we're gonna get plus 87 advantage. I don't think I've seen a number this high before. Holy crap. So we're getting a 174% increase in our damage. And you can see us just wailing on this guy over here. And even if they bring in another 8,000 men, I think we're gonna completely destroy them. There you go, guys. 10k versus 25k, and we have wiped the floor with them. So yeah, in 17 months, we'll be able to revoke this away because we still have a truce with these guys, which is annoying. And then we can hold the beautiful barony of Constantinople, which you can see is at makes 25 gold even when it's being reduced by 84%. All right, so somehow this guy escaped from my prison when I was still in a truce with him. So the truce is finally ended. We can revoke his land. This may cause a it may cause a rebellion with a bunch of other vassals, but it looks like it's only him who's going to fight us here. So let's raise our men here. I think I'm going to go with only a men-at-arms army, just to kind of test out how strong we are. If we were only to raise our men-at-arms, could we take an army of around 30,000 men? So even with his ally, with 31,000 men, we are able to beat them with just 9,000. And we kill around 10,000 dudes there. Alright, so for some reason these guys are going to come attack me off a boat, which is going to give me a huge advantage in the modifier.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Anywho, let's see what happens. I think we know what's going to happen though. Yeah, and a 26,000 man stack wipe it is. So we can now enforce our demands, and finally, this guy, you're not allowed to escape from prison. We're going to revoke this title away from you. And we have gotten the beautiful Constantinople. I can grant these 2 titles to this guy, and now I should be at 8 of 8. And next month, you should see all these buildings redeem and me making way more money from my realm. And look at this, we have one of these pop-ups, these death pop-ups. 20% chance I live, big chance I die. That's okay though, because this son is okay. He doesn't have any traits going for him, but what he does have is brilliant strategist, famous champion, which is pretty cool. And there you go, guys. We just, a month went by, so we can now look at Constantinople, and we are making 42 tax out of it, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. Our liege, who's still alive, by the way, like he is a beast, so I guess it makes sense. He is now at 721 military strength. The only good thing is he has not touched his men-at-arms. It's really only the levies that are growing, but I'm not sure if we'd be able to mow down 700,000 levies with our 30,000 men-at-arms here. Okay, here we go. We have a faction to install this lady on the throne instead of me. They have 47,000 men, but I think we're still way stronger than that. I'll do the same thing where I just raise my men-at-arms and see if we can fight them off, and I think we will be able to, because our men-at-arms are just getting stronger and stronger now. Like if we look at these longbowmen, we're now making 305% bonus from station holding, 198 damage total. I think these crossbowmen are almost at 200 in the capital. First of all, I think I'll probably get a stack wipe on these guys because they just came off a boat to attack us, so we're gonna mow through them. There you go. I should probably be the commander myself, maybe. Could be fun. My guy is kind of a beast.
Why are you running?
And yeah, we can catch these guys as well. Get a wipe on them, and then these guys also coming off a boat. Yeah, and that's how you reduce an army to over half, to lower than half the amount of men they started with. I think I probably should just go and invade their capital now. Go to 100% and lock all these naughty vassals up. Oh, it looks like maybe my accolade, who's the archer here, has went to tier 3, which means I can actually go to 2,500 men at arms stacks for my archers. My liege just made us the spy master of the world empire. Even though we only have 8 spy master skill, that's a bit interesting. That should actually give us a really big boost in the murder scheme if we were to run this on him. So let's see, it says nobody wants to accept this, but we'll see when we have enough money to start bribing people. If we can get one murder off on him, maybe then we could declare war against his son, who hopefully will be a bit weaker. Although the land doesn't split on his death, it'll all go to this guy. You can see he has 31 stewardship while the son only has 9, so he won't be able to hold nearly as many domains as our liege, and that will actually greatly weaken his strength. Alright guys, so a few months later, we have the murder scheme ready.
Gotcha, bitch!
And we have killed the king of the giant world empire. He still has a lot of strength, as you can see, but he's holding too many domains. He's gonna make me the spy master again, okay. So he's gonna have to grant some of these domains away, which should affect his military strength. Oh, it looks like his men-at-arms actually got a lot weaker from this. He doesn't have those really strong armored footmen anymore. He still has the Manaspa, which are strong, and he lost a lot of horse archers. So this is actually perfect for us. I'm kind of thinking if we should declare war on him, or if we murder him and let his 4-year-old son take control of the empire. That could be an even better play. Okay, so I think I'm going to do one more murder scheme. We'll get it so that this 4-year-old is in charge of the entire world, and then we will run our dissolution faction on him. Even if he has 500,000 men, I think we just might be able to take him. Alright, here goes our murder scheme. 95% chance again, and we have killed him as well. I become the regent of the realm because I actually asked for that before we killed the former emperor. Oh, this game is trolling at this point. I think I'm just gonna wait until I have enough to go to 21 of 21 armored footmen, and then I will launch my war. Let's take a look at our liege. Still has 500,000 men, which, you know, is not surprising. Let's actually see if anybody else wants to join this dissolution faction.
Denied.
Doesn't look like it. This one county over here of peasants will join us, which is pretty funny. But it looks like we'll be alone with 10% of the military strength of our liege. Okay guys, here we go. I just went to 21 of 21. If you look around, you can see all of our men-at-arms units are fully maxed out. We're currently getting crazy numbers on our longbowmen. 250 damage, 435% increase of this guy. I think these crossbowmen are pretty decent as well. 231 damage on the ones in the capital. Is there any other buildings that we could just boost a tiny bit more to squeeze some more damage out of these guys? I guess we can. You can see we almost have tier 8 for a lot of these military buildings we needed to boost our archers. Okay guys, I think it's time to press our dissolution faction against our liege.
Stop!
Here we
You
go,
violated the
war
law.
is. You can see it is us with 44,000 men coming up against 507,000 of my liege's men. I'm gonna raise only my men-at-arms also, just because, like, I really don't think levies are gonna contribute when we have this many men-at-arms in our army. So let's take them. He's gonna try to raise all his men, and let's run our units over here because we could catch them. It will take them another 60 days before they're raised. Uh-oh. Okay, so you can see we lost the first battle, but just like that previous war, you can still see we only lost 2,500 men while they lost 10,000. So we're going to retreat over to some land. If I can take some land and keep my supplies high, I think they're just going to have tons of supply issues. Like soon all these armies over here are going to be losing supplies, they're going to be starving, and their men are going to be dropping like flies. Oh, like over here they're going to attack us again with all their units, so it's not going to be a pretty battle. But at least this time they're coming off a boat. Oh, and it's pretty even, I have to say. Like, sure, we got defeated again, but we killed 35,000 men, guys. These are the type of losses I think we can handle. If we could get some like defensive terrain or get them to attack us in a mountain. Okay, there we go. And we got a defensive terrain. If they're going to keep taking my land like this, they're going to start losing supplies very soon. You just simply cannot keep stacks this big alive for that long. Here we go. They're going to attack us again. This time they're going to be recently disembarked and we're going to get defending in mountains. So I think we're going to lose again.
I've come for your pickle.
At least we should have a lot of damage. And actually, let's take a look at our longbowmen. You can see they're doing 276 damage. Crossbowmen 254. These guys are barely losing damage, 76%. While if you look at their heavy cavalry, which we were planning on countering this whole game, they're only doing 10% of their damage, mainly because our longbowmen, pikemen, and crossbowmen all countering them.
I am Jose Mourinho.
Even the armored footmen are being countered, and the crossbowmen too. Like, we're losing these battles, but we are just gonna be killing so many of their men. Another 32,000 men killed there. Oh my goodness, guys, it's happening. So we're fighting over 100,000 men over here, and since we actually picked a castle, we took a castle in the mountains, it has some defensive buildings, their supplies are finally starting to run low, hurting them even more. We're actually winning this battle. Oh, hopefully these guys don't come in and save it, but let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this. 701. We lost 761 men, but we killed 48,000.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, he's going to attack me again here. And I think we're going to win this one too, because he's only got 70,000. Oh no, he's coming in with his whole army. How did they only retreat one place?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It looks like we're going to lose it.
I've come to talk with you again.
I have one more idea to put us over the edge here, and it is to marry somebody who has amazing martial ability, because if we marry her, we can then put her on chivalry focus, and you can see that makes us a 38 rank commander, which is pretty good. We've whittled their army all the way almost down to 400,000. You can see these guys are starving over here. This will be an interesting battle. They're a little bit staggered. Oh yeah, look at that. These guys didn't hop in, so we're gonna get a nice victory. Boom. 50,000 dead. Why did they only retreat one tile? How is that fair? Oh, but look at that. Even with over 100,000, they're not gonna be able to beat us here. At 60,000 dead this time. Our crossbowmen are just putting in work. Our crossbowmen and longbowmen are dominating these guys. And they're down to 330,000 men now. I do want my army to replenish here because this is all men at arms. You can see we're missing a bunch of crossbowmen and longbowmen units here. Oh, but they don't stand a chance. This kid is probably so confused why his giant death stacks of 100,000 men can't rout out an army of 10,000 of my strongest units. Let's see, they're gonna attack us again, but now they're starving. Guys, like, do you want to get stack wiped by 14,000 men? What are you doing?
In the arms of the angel.
Oh, jeezy pips, man.
That is disgusting. We only lost 271 men, but we killed 90,000. A complete and utter stack wipe on them.
It's time to stop,
Looks like they're gonna come try and stop us, but it only takes us 15 days to capture this because of our super boosted bombard units, which are getting plus 0.41 strength per day, and we go all the way up to 81%. Let's go.
Let's go.
And let's see if we can catch them coming off a boat here. Oh my goodness, yeah, look at this, guys. 91,000, but they're starving and they're going to be recently disembarked. I think we all know which way this battle is going to go. And another one here. And there you go, guys. 2 more stack wipes, 90,000, 60,000 men. And we've brought them down to only 93,000 from 500,000. Oh man, guys, I'm not ready to do it. Look at this beautiful empire. It's about to be destroyed. Oh my god, guys, look at that. The world's returned back to normal. And we did it all as East Anglia with the most insane men-at-arms units I have ever seen, guys. Look at these absolute doom stacks of 5,000 longbowmen doing 240 damage, 5,000 crossbowmen doing 220 damage. We actually did it pretty quick. Just only like 50 years. That is actually nuts. I thought it would take a lot longer, but just goes to show you that if you have superior military knowledge going against the computer AI in the end game with those giant stacks running around, it is so easy to win. You just wait for them to starve to death, and you could have an army of 10,000 men against over 100 and still come up with massive victories. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I felt like it would be a fitting end to my world conquest video. Now we have truly returned the world to its original state. Not one single empire exists. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace out, guys.